Hello viewers, welcome to Your View. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my incredible co-host here with me. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Mariah.
This tea is not working for me this morning.
I don't know.
I was really excited about the flavor, but it's not working this morning. But it's all good. How are you?
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Why can't
Yo.
You look beautiful as usual.
Thank you.
How are you doing,
Thank
YK?
you. I'm very fine. Nice rest over nice Salah holidays.
Yes. What did you do exactly?
God bless you, Muslims, for allowing us to rest.
It's federal government too.
Why you tied one serious gilly like that on Saturday?
Okay, that's it. They're teaching you on Friday, I think.
Because I went to a party.
I saw her.
Who says she saw me?
Oh, and it was nice.
Oh, fantastic. She was just in the... I saw the uncle, somebody, driving her to the place. They were going together. But I was stuck in serious traffic.
I must say thank you to my visitors yesterday. They came to spend the Salah with us. Little David, and Gufran, they blended immediately, hugging each other, welcoming each other, and then the whole house upside down before he left. And then one of them finally slept off. We were just thanking God. He was playing all
Is that why you lost your voice?
I was shouting, stop. It's okay.
Well, you had a great time.
It was a great time.
Before
I finally had someone to play with. Usually she's always alone in the house playing with her parents, but she saw a friend yesterday and she didn't miss the opportunity. So
the malls were like redeem camp.
Where did you go to?
I mean, I was around. I mean, I slept all through yesterday. I was actually in the house all day. I chose not to go anywhere.
I know. I thought I said that.
Yeah, you didn't come for dance class.
I didn't. Like that money, that I said we're resuming next week by God's grace. But it was a good weekend. The malls were just crowded. I mean, like my husband said, "Is Gio here?" Like if you see the crowd in this Ikeja mall, I was like, "Hey, there's no space." Anytime there's holiday like that, everybody's
usually
out.
you don't even, you know, the two things are happening: public holiday and children are back from school. So this period is usually very, very jammed. And you now see them in those their bomb shots. Those small girls.
Anyway, how was your weekend?
Fantastic. I had a fantastic. Apart from yesterday, oh Jesus, my finger, very painful. But we had a good weekend yesterday. My sister's children, we went to visit, and they just entered the car. Do you know that my sister did not even call to find out whether her children they're okay? When I now called around 9 p.m. that we're already called, she said, please don't bother to come, we'll just be going home. Bring them tomorrow. I said, can you imagine? You know, that's the thing. She's a working class woman. So, you know, when you see any opportunity to escape.
That's why I was like, you guys are entrepreneurs. You know, you everybody can choose to say I'm resting. Me, I'm a working class. So when I said this holiday I'm sleeping. No show, I beg. All right, that's all we can take this morning.
Please, can we tell the viewers to advise who are to go to the hospital with her finger?
I will try. Why can't I don't like hospitals in Nigeria? I will try.
You need to try. Please. Go. No, keep saying that.
It's actually very painful.
Until the thing becomes really, really big. You now know if you take hospital in Nigeria or not. Stay with us, Jare. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, we're going to start with the punch. Lots and lots of stories. Well, actually, just one major story. Wike visited twice, but never met me, says Chief Justice of Nigeria. You can see a picture here of our new army chief, warns troops against cowardice. He's here leading by example, doing push-ups. Obama okays Buhari's agenda for fighting Boko Haram. U.S. pressure on Jonathan made polls credible, says Buhari. DSS invasion of my house unlawful, says ex-Sultan Dustasuki. EFCC set to probe Jonathan's ministers and aides. Why I won't form cabinet until September, says our president. 8 killed in bomb explosion at police checkpoint. Chicken, turkey, scarcity hits markets. Prices soar by 29%. Hey,
okay. Me, I want to talk about Wike's visit.
Okay, Wike's visit.
Yesterday was in the papers and we didn't know what exactly happened, but today the CJN spokesperson has come out to say that he didn't see him. He visited 2 times. The first time it was on Umrah, which is the lesser Hajj, and then the second time it was overseeing the interviewing of those people qualified to be SAN, the new SAN that they've just, called, and that he did not see him at all. But Wike's excuse was that he visited him to say thank you for, allowing the Chief Justice of Bayelsa State to come and swear him in Rivers State.
Oh, please.
See, Wike, please don't compromise the office.
Remember that there's a case in court. The
That's the problem. When you're a party to a matter in court, which was on the first day he visited, the matter was, you know, the hearing of that matter was going on.
Exactly.
You shouldn't compromise the office of the CGN.
Absolutely.
The CGN is trying as much as possible to, you know, to make his office transparent as people should. You would expect it.
There's a case in court by the APC candidate is challenging his governorship.
And he had gone to court to get an injunction stopping him from, you know, seeing the papers, the ballot papers with which he was, you know.
And I hear that the Wike guy did not, he didn't book any appointment. Governor Wike
of River State
did not book any appointment. How can you see the Chief Justice of
without
Nigeria
any letter,
without any formal appointment to say you're coming to visit?
You should please so.
You should not water down that
a surprise visit now.
Which kind of surprise is that, Wike? Even if I'm coming to Shrine, don't I call you to find out whether you are?
I know you have given me surprise visits before. That when you called me, I said I was somewhere else.
You not told me.
Okay, can we move on to nation, please?
Nation, I beg, people are friends now. There's a difference.
Obama renews U.S. support for anti-Boko Haram battle. You can see the picture here of our president with Barack. Revealed how Nigeria lost $2 billion in oil deals. Why I won't appoint ministers till September by Buhari. Jonathan approved 1.45 billion naira legal fee, says BPE. This story I was told. Did you read this BPE? Because we'll talk about the Obama-Buhari story later because it's all over the papers. Did anybody read the BPE? The story
that caught my attention was the $2 billion and all the loss that we made. And I'm still trying to, I can't even, you know.
We're finding it hard to understand, to digest it. But let me read the figures that were quoted. Here it says $2 million was cash calls that should have been paid to NPDC. That's the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company.
Commission.
$550 million. What Atlantic Energy is owing banks. $500,000 debts owed to members of the staff. And $20 million, the amount the firm is owing service providers. Okay.
$540 million.
Everything is dollars. Let's move on.
Nigeria tire me.
Let's move on to Vanguard.
They don't talk in Naira again.
You know what I was just thinking in my head? Okay, maybe we should Vanguard. Take it on Vanguard.
Buhari to Obama help recover looted $150 billion. Jehovah. Says U.S. pressure ensured credible polls in Nigeria. Promises to appoint ministers September. He has clear agenda on Nigeria's problem, says Obama. CGN denies having secret meetings with Wike. Car bomb, 3 policemen, 5 others die at checkpoint. And reps leadership crisis. Bajabia Mela tells Oyegu to ignore Dogara. Okay, let's talk about our president's visit to see Barack.
Yes,
I think
I actually watched it. I actually watched it on the news. The president of America has said they are committed to helping Nigeria with Boko Haram. And they are going to. He commended Buhari, saying, "Oh, he's transparent. He's."
And they're impressed with his work so far.
Yes, they're impressed with his work so far, and. Anyway, in short, America is committed to
Did you see the grand reception that they gave our president? For the first time, you now feel that yes, you know, because when you take yourself seriously.
No, what grand reception was that? Who was it?
I'm saying that, you know, the ambience in that environment.
Were you there?
I'm looking. I don't think
they should know.
No, Wike. On a serious note, we've had presidents.
They've hosted the former president before,
how was
and there was nothing wrong with the hosting of the former president.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't want to bring out old kind of what. Let me go back to the matter. $150 billion. I said I was just calculating in my brain. That $150 billion, if they say that they built the Burj Khalifa with about probably $1.5 billion, do you know that we'll have like 100 of them? So I'm happy that President Barack Obama is saying that he wants to help us.
He's not saying no.
No.
Buhari is only asking.
Buhari is asking.
He
has not responded. But I am hoping, like I said, I'm hoping that he would, help. Because if the U.S. steps into finding or retrieving these missing funds, we would have a lot of cash flow for us.
What Obama said categorically was that they are going to help with Boko Haram.
Yes.
That's very clear.
So Buhari is trying to also ask for the
Buhari is also speaking with, he has several meetings, even today, Tuesday. He's trying to see if we can get help with the WHO to assist in helping to rehabilitate the internet displaced persons. So there's quite a lot of things he's planning on doing. This whole, I think he's coming back on Wednesday. He leaves America on Wednesday. And he's also meeting with Nigerians in diaspora. So we'll follow up on the story and see how that goes. But we're happy that was a good meeting and that Obama is willing to assist and help us out. Moving on to Daily Sun. As Obama meets Boko Haram damned. Let's see, we're ready to have Obi back in APGA, says Obiano. Anxiety over health of Jonathan's detained CSO. Why DSS moved in on Dasuki. Anybody read that Dasuki story?
I read Dasuki story and the CSO story.
And the DSS story.
The former CSO to the former president is being held on suspicion of all bunkering and other offenses, and he has refused to take drugs. You know, that will help his health. So he refused. He said that they didn't. According to the report in the Sun, he stopped taking his drugs, so his health is deteriorating now. And you know, of course, he'll go to court seeking health reasons for bail. Now the Dasuki story, they said they moved in because of suspicion of, you know, treason. He had weapons and all that, and it was legal because he had a warrant. No.
Did you see those jeeps that he had in? Did you see the pictures of the G-wagons, like 4 G-wagons? I don't understand.
His father has said he doesn't know why they raided his own house because he has not served in government and he has been above board, and that his son can answer his own. He said his son is over 60 and can answer his own query. Well, I'm saying what he said now. Don't why me. This is what the senior Dasuki said.
You better draw your daughter's ear that she should not thief any money because
she should not come and give you bad news.
If it's not even that. If my child goes, you cannot claim ignorance right now with all these things because you said I'm just saying. If my own child is caught stealing and I'll be enjoying the money, I'm just saying no.
Because if God forbid, your son becomes an armed robber,
God forbid,
will they come and arrest you? They can't arrest you because it's not you that committed the crime.
Yes, it depends on the circumstance. They can search my house.
They can search your house, yes.
I'm aiding and abetting him.
Exactly. They can do that.
Moving on to the Guardian, please. What President Obama Buhari discussed in US, we talked about that briefly. Greek banks reopen after 3-week shutdown. Pengerson faults El Rufai's call for NNPC's disbandment. And Fayose laments Obasanjo's attack on Jonathan and South-South. IOC's divestment, non-passage of PIB threatens Nigeria's oil reserves. And Gbadabia Miller's group rejects Dogara's power sharing. Fayose is in the news again, no? But I think he has a bit of a point.
Obasanjo said that I can't remember the company.
He went to the Hausa University.
Based in the Hausa University and said that the way Jonathan mismanaged Nigeria, the South people will continue to pay for it for generations to come. And you know,
that's a bit too weighty for.
I think it's too harsh.
The South people disagree.
I think it's too harsh because I'm also in that school of thought that those kind of statements also help to further deepen the
division,
the rift between tribes. You understand? So when you say that, whatever it is that has happened, everybody is affected. Yes. So if once we have something, someone good, leading, I'm sure everybody will also get better.
Yes,
so you cannot place a curse like
it's like placing a curse. And President Jonathan, the former president, was our president. Yes, wasn't South president. It was Nigerian president.
So I think that was
a bit weighty.
And you have to
just talk about that.
In defense of Obasanjo, his age has a lot to do with it.
YK. I would say you said that one. Our last paper for this morning is this day. Buhari seeks Obama's help to recover $450 billion Nigerian loot. But the Biamila Group writes Oyegun rejects Dogara's proposal. EFCC probes marketers, PEF officials over fraudulent claims on bridging funds. APC PDP set to clash over choice of Fayose as NGF deputy chair. Before we go into this Fayose story, did you guys read why our president said he's not going to pick ministers until September?
Yes.
I think we should mention that. So
yeah, he said he has been working behind the scenes and he wants to make sure that we have a good, he has a good agenda before he fixes it. That after all, Obama didn't
select his own
in time. So he too he's not going to select his own till September.
No, he's not copying Obama. He said he wants to put this in place.
I didn't say he's copying Obama. This was his statement.
He said he wants to put good governance
to Obama.
Governance is very key.
Exactly, that's
good governance in first. After governance, he now puts the right people.
I always says something here when she talks about when the head is, in place, everybody would fall in line. And that's exactly what he said.
And there's something about me seeing Pastor Bakari with him that just gives me some kind of, like, you know what, I'm very expectant,
Oh, no, of course, everybody about
Pastor Bakari that just brings out this.
With our new president, Buhari, everybody's expectant.
You have come again with your
I want to
pastor.
say that, like I always say, that when we had the Jonathan administration, if Nigerians just cry foul, before you know anything, they'll just rush and try to do like quick fixes. You see, when it comes to governance, you don't allow external pressure to pressure you to act. You understand? So I am very happy that even with all the pressure that even us here have put on him, he's still taking his time to pick the right people.
He's taking his time, but he's explaining to us why.
Which
before he didn't tell us anything, so people were clamoring. So that is all. He too, he has taken notes, and he knows that people are clamoring.
I'm glad that Dele Momodu went to visit him. I think that's probably part of what led to this letter he wrote to us.
It's important that you communicate to the people.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, mother stabs 7-year-old son for defiling sister and neighbor's daughter. That's on Hot Topics. And later we'll learn more about ulcer. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, there are reports that a 7-year-old little boy, identified as Promise, I'm not sure that's his real name, has been stabbed by his mother with broken bottles because he allegedly defiled a 2-year-old sister and a neighbor's daughter. According to this report, while his mother was away, Promise went to visit his 5-year-old neighbor's daughter at her parents' apartment. He was said to have met Yemi, also not the real name, alone, and took her to his mother's room and told her to remove her clothes, lie down, then slept on top of her and fondled with her. When the mother came back and was told what her son did, she hit him with a stick and smashed a bottle and stabbed him in the back. Now, what are your thoughts? It's your view. You can call us on 070-806-68014. You can tweet to us at YourViewTVC. Now, where do we draw the line of capital punishment or disciplinary action, or I don't even know how else to describe it, but where do we draw the line between that and pure violence against or abuse against a child? Because this is both ways. Because I also like to put myself in the mother's shoes. If you have a son, because they said that the sister he defiled is actually his stepsister, so meaning that she actually gave birth to she's probably the Promise is a product of another previous marriage, so she's probably the new marriage and has a daughter. So it's possible she's exerting that aggression of his own dad on his little girl. I don't know. There could be different options, but the thing is that where do we really draw the line?
Let me quickly share this story. I heard of this same kind of example. Unfortunately, the mother didn't do anything, and it was like she just didn't react. She had a child, a boy from a previous marriage, and got married to another person and had 2 girls. And then she saw the boy continuously sexually assault the first girl till he tried it on the second girl. She didn't do anything. Now she has a crèche where she keeps the girls. And then the owner calls her and says, because of the people that work with her, she checks on the children. She noticed that I don't know if I can use those words, of the girls was more open than that of a girl of her age, that it seems someone is violating her, that the mother, and then she initially denied it, and then later she opened up and was like, hey, but what do you want me to do? If I do it now, my husband would know and then throw this boy out. He had even done it before, where I left him with my mom, and then everybody's rejecting. The boy is 14 years at the time, but he started at 9, 11 years, and that they rejected him, and then she had to bring him to the house. Do you watch these things happen? Now, the way our parents used to get, I remember stealing out of children, was serious beating. What she did was a bit too far, but I don't blame her. I think she was provoked. I'd rather she did something than do nothing like the other woman, whose story till today still bothers me.
Yeah, but first of all, I want to say, because we always mix up step and half. she was not his stepsister. She couldn't have been his stepsister. She must have been his half sister.
So if the speculation that was from the previous marriage, yes.
Yes, and you see, I feel that she should have beaten the boy, but stabbing him, I think she went beyond the call of
the mother.
But that's provocation for you.
You know, provocation. But you see, when we act in anger,
yes.
we always do the wrong thing. Because now she is the one in detention who is looking after her daughter. Because now the daughter is left, because she acted in anger, and we must always learn how to act. Once we act in anger, the repercussions, we will not be able to take it. She should have disciplined the boy. I'm not saying she shouldn't discipline the boy. In fact, she should have called the father, hey, look, this is your child. Take him out of the house. Or I will take myself out of the house.
I'm still trying to rationalize what she did.
I can't rationalize it.
Okay, well, let's hear your view on this.
The thing, Mario, is very tough, actually. It's very, very tough, because when I look at this story, I'm trying to see what a 7-year-old boy, what business he has, fondling with children. And all I can think of is that this boy has been fed with something. And the only way to express what he's feeling on his inside is to feed it back to somebody else.
Maybe he has also been molested. It's
of course, he's just a clear case of victimization, like somebody also abused the child. I think if I was in the mother's shoes, finding out that kind of a thing, you know, when you beat up that child, it doesn't change what is on the child's inside. I would have preferred a situation where she bundles the guy, the young boy, to someone, probably like a counselor or something that can help us to extract the root cause. Because you cannot treat the problem beating the child. You have to first of all go and trace where the history is coming from.
Okay,
but do you understand?
Her first reaction.
The first reaction, yes. But you know, so now that if she had beaten him up, and let it go, as in that initial release of anger, she beat him and she stops there.
And then followed up.
Thank you. But now she has stabbed the boy. She's now in this. Who is going to solve this problem?
Okay, Uwa. Now that initial anger is probably as a result of our culture and where we're coming from. And because we have this thing in Africa where you say, hey, you will not disgrace me. You will not put me to shame. So you now take a child like that and say, you did this, spoil my family name. You now go as far as getting a bottle. Because even when we're children, you hear instances of people saying, oh, I will stop. If you break my plate, I will use the plate to cut your hand.
In Benin,
those things, you hear those kind of things. So those are things, that's background. That's where you're coming from.
Where we come from.
You've laid the
you have
floor for my
in
argument.
Benin, this thing, when my cousins, we didn't know because we were born and bred in the north. We didn't know how they used to act. But anytime my cousins come for holiday, my cousins, when they want to fight, before you say Jack, they don't run, go one corner, carry boat to break a and I say, really? You want to fight like that? And that is the normal style of what they know as fight. Yes, in Benin. I'm saying, no, it's my people.
Okay, my people.
I understand. But what I'm saying is, you see,
you are Ora.
This thing that Mario said, it happened to my son. You understand? Someone that is very close to him, relation of his, tried it. My sister observed it. But what my sister did, you see, you have to learn maturity. Maturity teaches you how to control your anger, even in the deepest situation.
Let me take Reverend Dominic's call. Good morning, Reverend Dominic. Are you there?
Good morning, you all. How are you?
Very well, sir. Go ahead,
morning.
please.
We should not pray to have that experience.
True.
I have 4 kids. Their reaction first, whether you're a pastor or you're not a pastor, is to cut off his head. Because that seems abomination. A 7-year-old child to do that. And I don't want to believe with Owa that why he did that is maybe have been abused. That could not be enough reason. Because they have been abused, that he is expressing maybe an abuse to somebody else. At 7-year-old child, what do you know by abuse and revenge? I don't think so. Something has gone wrong here.
Okay.
And I don't want to blame mother. Hey, listen to me, please, 1 minute.
Okay.
I don't want to blame the mother the way she reacted. Any human being would react that way. I tell my wife here, anytime children misbehave, use cane. Because if you use a hard object, you may cause more pain. And you women, all of you there, have a habit. You can use your rod, you can use your comb, but the best thing is to use cane. If you use cane, it's lesser.
Okay.
That's why we express that.
All right,
I don't want
sir.
to blame the mother.
All right. Thank you. Let me let
I wanted to establish, because Reverend Dobby talked about child abuse. Child abuse comes in different forms. We watched this video on our chat of this young girl and young boy. They were both young. And the way they were dancing, the way they were winding it, and the boy was against the girl. They were adults. It was an adult that was filming the video. It was an adult that was standing there. After a while, she now felt funny. They were clapping for the children. She now went behind and was clapping for him. And that is child abuse, in whatever way you look at it. When that boy, is rubbing himself against the girl, he's not going to get ideas.
Yes.
Because he's watching.
He can even get an erection from that.
Exactly.
You know it.
Exactly. And he's watching this. He's watching these videos, music videos, and he's seeing this kind of thing.
I have to take a call from Yakub. Now I'll come to you. Yakub, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Right.
Morning, please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let me follow suit what Mr. Dominic said earlier. You see, I cannot blame the woman. Though she acted wrongly, she could have not done what she does. She understands. But it could have happened to anybody. Anybody. Sister Yenny just said my mind now. Because, you see, the environment that we find ourselves these days is doing a lot of bad to society. If you want to watch African Magic now, they will write under 18, under this, under that. And then they are keeping showing all this kind of nonsense film to homes. You see, when you found the African Magic, you cannot tell you. For me, when I want to watch African Magic, there's none of my children sitting down with me and watching it together. They will never close to me because I don't allow them to see all sorts of rubbish. Thank you. God bless you all.
All right.
Thank you. You hear what? There are things that children should not watch. Let them watch cartoon.
I want to say something. Cartoons are not even safe these days anymore.
You have to
you have to sit with them
and know this cartoon.
But let me even explain something. Let me establish something. Reverend Dominic is wrong saying that a 7-year-old child does not know what abuse is. I have a close friend of mine. A cousin of theirs was living with them, and he was practicing homosexuality with her son.
Imagine.
Do you know what now happened? How she found out? Then he was, I think, 8 years old. He was not trying to try it on his younger brother. That was how that one screamed, "Why do you want to touch me? I'll tell mommy." And she's the one that always showers them. So when she was screaming, he didn't know. Do you understand?
He was wrong.
He didn't know that every child is born plain. It is what we feed into these children that they eventually start to picture.
Exactly.
Now, look at parents that watch pornography. They are not, see, when we tell you not to look at pornographic videos or naked people, we are not telling you for your own sake. You are an adult. The children, you don't know when your child would go to, look at, we had a clear case in a school. The boy, a 5-year-old boy, watching it on the auntie's laptop. Exactly. So what are we saying? It is not, when we say abuse is beyond you saying that
it's not only
you
physical.
Cannot even rationalize
it is not only physical, mental.
Yes.
Mental, showing them that dance.
Yes.
That's child abuse.
Was too provocative. But you know what? We can't say so much on it because it's a whole topic on its own. And maybe we need a full Thursday to thrash it properly and get an expert to come and help because child abuse is key.
I just wanted to add that, sorry, Mariah, that whoever is going through this thing, please, no matter how upset you are or how angry, if you act in anger, you only make the case worse. Try to seek, there are professionals that would help the child, that will help everybody, then you will now know the root cause, you'll be able to deal with it than acting in anger.
We should also pray for the woman
that
the boy doesn't die so she doesn't face any serious charges. So she can come out and look after her children properly.
All right, on that note, we end this segment. When we return, we're going to see how we can prevent or even take care of ulcer. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Now, ulcer is an open sore on the external or internal surface of the body caused by a break in the skin or mucous membrane which fails to heal. Ulcers range from small painful sores in the mouth to bed sores, serious lesions of on the stomach actually, or in the intestine. Now, we have a doctor in house to tell us how can we prevent and manage ulcer. Her name is She's a specialist and she's a gastroenterologist. and a sorry, let me get that again. Sorry, I didn't get that.
Hepatologist.
Hepatologist, yes. From the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Toyin Ashaolu. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
What's a hepatologist? I know gastroenterologist, but I didn't know about the hepatology. What is that?
It's a specialist in liver diseases, actually. The other name for the liver is hepatic organ. So when we say hepatologist...
Interrupt and say those diamonds were too much for Morales.
It was too much. I got the I was prepared with the gastroenterologist, but I wasn't prepared with the hepatologist, so I didn't get that on time.
It's okay.
So what is ulcer? I mean, I've said a bit about the definition of ulcer, but we hear, oh, I have ulcer, I have ulcer. How do you know you have ulcer?
Thank you very much. When we say ulcer, like you rightly said, actually it is a break in the lining of the mucosa of the stomach or the duodenum, or at times the esophagus. Like you said, we have the skin lining, the outer body of everybody. So we have the skin inside the lining, the lumen. So when you have a break in those mucosa, that is ulcer. However, many people say they have ulcers. It is actually, in most cases, they meant dyspepsia. Also, you have to see the lining, you have to see the break to say, oh, there's a break, there's an ulcer here. But what many people have is dyspepsia, that is non-specific abdominal symptoms, which could range from epigastric pain to bloating, to belching, to discomfort, to pain in the upper abdomen.
Can I just ask you something? Because I used to think I had an ulcer, and I have not treated anything, and it's not there. So what I'm thinking, could it have been heartburn? And if it was, what's the difference between heartburn and ulcer? Because I used to have the pain here.
And there are symptoms too. They seem that symptoms are a bit similar.
Okay, thank you very much. I've already said that it is actually all pains. The fact that we have pains does not mean you have an ulcer. It's better to say dyspepsia. And in that way, dyspepsia could actually mean the heartburn. Could actually be ulcer. But many things can cause dyspepsia. So heartburn is a symptom of burning sensation in the chest.
Okay,
in the chest, not in the stomach.
Usually in the chest, in the upper chest, it's usually because of acid.
Is this the chest?
This is the junction between the thorax and the stomach. That's like the chest. So usually because acid that is supposed to be in the stomach is actually refluxing back into the esophagus. The esophagus was not made to handle acid.
So that's why you need that thing the white liquid to cool down.
Let me get it clear now. So when you say, without saying you have ulcer, it's better to say
dyspepsia.
Dyspepsia. So that's the general name until you
confirm. Thank you very much.
I want to ask you, because you know what? Everybody wants to be size 10. And I know that usually, for me, the quickest way to lose weight is if I just go on a 3 days dry fasting and I'll lose weight. But I hear that is not so good because it can trigger an ulcer. Is that true? Because I haven't really, and I really, it's bad, but I starve myself a lot.
Actually, for people that are at risk of ulcers, actually, in the general population, generally, majority of us have the organism that causes ulcer, which is called the H. pylori, the Helicobacter pylori organism. It's a bacterial that causes ulcer, and usually the ulcer results when you have imbalance between the protective factors. I'm coming to your question, but to answer it, I need to go through what I'm saying. So there's a balance between factors that protect your stomach and factors that destroy the lining. That's the way God made it. So if for one reason or the other there's an imbalance, tilting towards, then you have ulcers. So what are the factors that can actually damage the stomach? Acid, the normal gastric acid that is in the stomach to cause, to aid with digestion, to aid with immunity. So that if you eat something bad, it gets digested, it will not cause any trouble. Then we have bile, we have H. pylori. H. pylori is in many people's stomach. So while we have protective factors, we have the way God made the stomach, the lining, we have the epithelium, the blood flow, the mucus, there's like mucin, and there are many things, bicarbonate. These are things that protect the stomach against ulcer. So if there's an imbalance. So for people that have H. pylori, which is majority of people, like 80% of people, even though not 80%, not all of them will have ulcer. So you have the risk. And now you're not eating, you're fasting, you have imbalance between that, and you are giving the H. pylori opportunity to actually ask. Possibly there's acid, there's for people that are predisposed, you understand? So usually fasting might not really cause ulcer, but for people that have tendencies or you have dyspepsia, they can have worsening of their symptoms.
So what symptoms exactly do you have before you can, say, I have a serious case of, to see the doctor for ulcer?
Okay. For dyspepsia.
For dyspepsia.
Thank you very much. Usually, the pain symptoms vary. Some people may not even have any symptoms, and they might have huge ulcers that could actually later become either perforated or penetrate into an organ or cause obstruction so that the food they are eating is not going down. So there could actually be an asymptomatic ulcer. However, you have some people that will present with pain in the epigastrium. This is what we call the epigastrium. This upper. So people have pain in the epigastrium. Usually, for some people, they say the pain is there when they've not eaten or 2 to 3 hours after the last meal. And some people say the pain is worse. So depending on whether it is a gastric ulcer or a duodenal ulcer.
Now, there's this issue of, I can't eat pepper. I have ulcer. Because I have help that. Anytime I cook, she auntie, it's too pepper. I'm treating her for ulcer all the time. And I get really worried that we have to constantly monitor how much pepper we put. Does that trigger it also, eating too much pepper?
Actually, studies have shown that diets have little role to play in causing ulcer. However, some people have different reaction, different tolerance level for different meals. So it is good to know the meals you are actually intolerant to. Having said that, pepper, according to even some studies, is supposed to actually be like a little protective. Even though there's some people that say there's red pepper, there's black pepper. You understand? So, so what I'm saying is that it is not, it is a controversial thing, but generally, the diets do not cause ulcer.
I hope she's listening, because I told her to watch the program today that I was saying that I cannot eat with the pepper. Pepper does not cause this matter.
I wanted to ask, because I have issues with indigestion all the time. Like anytime I eat something late, like if I eat beans late, I can't even sleep, or my food it doesn't digest that quick. So is it like a sign? Because I'm always having constipation.
Okay. There are other things, like I said, they are all, dyspepsia is like an umbrella name for all of them. Indigestion is also a dyspeptic symptom, which could be actually due to either maybe a esophageal reflux disease or maybe a peptic ulcer disease. However, for most people with gastroesophageal reflux disease, what we call GERD, it is because, like I said, the acid is coming up. The acid is possibly the lower esophageal sphincter, the sphincter, there's a tightening between the esophagus, the food pipe, and the stomach that is supposed to keep acid from going back up. So it will be a one-way flow. So if for one reason or the other it is maybe lacked or something, there could be acid coming back.
Okay, let me take this call from Emmanuel. Emmanuel from First Stack, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
I'm a first-time caller.
Yay, welcome to the show.
Sorry, on regards to what the doctor is saying, I've been having that problem for a very long time. I think over something years now. Until the last 3 years, before Dr. Charles, which was his colleague at the Lagos Teaching Hospital, ran a test on me and confirmed that I never had an ulcer. So most of the times when the pains comes, I have the pains on my chest, to my backbone. I cannot even eat. Whenever I put food to my mouth, it's a hell of. So what she's saying, I have that problem for a very long time. Even till now, I'm still having that issue. So I don't know if she has something to tell me about that.
Okay. All right. Did you hear him? Because I didn't hear him very clearly.
Not clearly, but I heard some.
All right. Is also hereditary, as in if your parents have it, is it possible for you to have it?
No. Actually, recently there are studies that say that there's a genetic input. However, it is possible that the genetic input could be because people in family might have H. pylori infection together, because it is transmitted oral or fecal oral. I'm using a spoon. You're using my spoon. I'm kissing my baby. I get me. There's that H. pylori is supposed to be a commensal in your. It lives there. So, and it has tendency to actually cause damage there. So that's it. So there are studies to show that it's actually seen in families.
Treatments for ulcer, because I know somebody who said that he was able to treat his ulcer, and for the past 7 years he's not had ulcer. Can we treat it permanently? Or?
Yeah, if you can eradicate that H. pylori.
Okay.
And you can stop. And like I said, there are many other causes of ulcers. If I'm taking from people, maybe it's because they are taking pain relieving drugs. Indiscriminately. You're using ibuprofen, alabukun, that is what we see mostly. So those kind of people, because those kind of drugs can actually cause ulcers in the stomach lining, and actually some people can bleed. So if you stop the cause of whatever is causing the ulcer, you eradicate the cause, you are able to.
You said food doesn't, general diet does not have any role in causing
it just has a
but does it have any role in healing it? Because back then in school, if any of your friends has ulcer or is complaining, we just give the person yogurt, we go around getting milk and all that.
Before you answer that question, let me take this call from Godwin. Godwin, are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Morning, please go ahead.
I'm a first-time caller.
Yay, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I want to commend you for your good job.
Thank you, sir.
I really appreciate. Thank God that I entered this morning. Sorry, doctor, I want to say good morning to you.
Good morning, thank you.
Sometimes ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, I do have stomach pain. But later when I went to my husband, reached my doctor, family doctor, he told me that it was an ulcer. Later, he gave me some different kind of drugs he prescribed for me. I bought them. I use it. But there is nothing, there is no solution, there is no remedy for the thing is not really working for me. But later, a native man told me that I should cut something. When I use it, the thing was at least is better. But about 3 days ago now, I started having these feelings in my stomach again. Pains. I can eat better, but my stomach is peppering me.
All right, thank you so much, Godwin. So how would you answer?
Thank you very much, Godwin. Actually, I'll start by saying that the commonest cause of pain in patients, gastric pain, is non-ulcer dyspepsia. It is a dyspepsia that is not due to an underlying ulcer, first of all. Having said that, majority of people overdiagnose ulcer. He said something, I wanted to ask him that, did your doctor do any test for you? Did they do endoscopy? Did they do burial meals, excuse me, to know whether there's a break in the mucosa before they said you had ulcer? Having said that, it's also possible that you can have what we call H. pylori associated dyspepsia. It is, you have pain, and they can treat you. You have symptoms. Yes, it is most likely due to an ulcer, but because we've not even done that endoscopy, you cannot say there's an ulcer there. So if majority of people have what we call non-ulcer dyspepsia, it means that even if you treat the ulcer, even if you keep treating, you might not get anything. It could be functional, it could be just the mind. You've looked for the cause, there's no cause. So those kind of people, you just need to give them maybe psychology.
I have a call I have to take, but I want you to touch on this herbalist or this natural remedy they are talking about, because a lot of people use it. But let me take this call from Ayobami. Ayobami, are you there from Ikorodu?
Hello, I'm there.
Good morning, please go ahead.
Please, I want to ask a question. I'm first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Please, I want to ask the doctor about the ulcer. That maybe someone has ulcer and maybe early morning around 5 or 6.
Can you hear her?
I can't hear.
And I sleep, but not really eat anything. Be shouting, the stomach is paining, having pain.
We're having trouble hearing you. The line is not very clear.
Maybe this is food.
Oh, I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. I'm so sorry about that. I do apologize.
Tunde Tade
Let's
from
talk about
Twitter
the natural.
says, sorry, let me just add something. He said, can you relate ulcer to gastric cancer? So maybe when you answer the herbalist.
Then I wanted to ask another question.
Before she forgets.
I think there's a question, the first question. Yeah. Did I answer?
You've answered the first one. So she said that the herbalist
going to the
natural
remedies.
Okay, it's actually a Nigerian thing. We're likely going to go to the herbalist, to the church before we come to the hospital. I'll say that.
No, waiting at me?
No, I was waiting at you.
Okay.
I'll say that it is not encouraged because
you're a doctor anyway.
Because I'm a doctor, yeah. Not just because I'm a doctor, because studies. I don't know if there are everything I'm saying should be or everything we say and stick out on neck is because there are studies to actually back up whatever you're saying.
Let me help you with the antioxidants that we use all the time. Moringa, you know, some of these other moringa, all these other antioxidants that have been processed, you know, as in bitters and all. How do they cause? Do they cause any damage to our, what did you call
our mucus and the lining?
I don't know what is in moringa, but if it is an antioxidant, usually antioxidants are beneficial to the body, basically. Antioxidants prevent oxidation, so they mop up radicals in the body. So antioxidants.
Let's take some quick tweets for me.
So Tunde Tade says, can you relate ulcer and gastric cancer?
Okay, ulcers and gastric cancer, usually, yes. Some people present with some cancers, especially gastric cancers, could present as an ulcer. So when we find out that someone has a gastric ulcer, I mean the ulcer is located in the gastric, I mean the stomach itself, it is usually important for us to take biopsies. I mean specimens, take a pinch of the stomach lining and go and test them to see that they are not cancerous.
Okay.
Another thing is that, the organism that causes this cancer, these ulcers, have been linked to cancers of the stomach too.
Okay.
So, and if you see an elderly person that is coming with symptoms of cancer, of ulcer for the first time, I mean, I'm above 40 or 45, and I'm now having this pain for the first time. There's a possibility of...
Olaya, I hope the line is clear now. Olaya, are you there?
Yes, I'm still there. Good
morning.
morning.
Please go ahead. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, this is the first caller.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
And I really appreciate all the work that you people are doing every daily.
Thank you, sir.
May God continue to bless you.
Amen.
I just want to ask a question concerning the ulcer. Actually, I'm the type that I don't normally eat early in the morning, and it has used to my system for long. So, all of recent now, and I discovered that I'm having a feeling pain in my chest. So when I went to doctor to complain, I told him my system that I don't like eating in the morning. So he now said that heartburn. So he now prescribed some drugs for me that I should take it. And when I take all those drugs, I discovered that the pain is gone. But I'm still normally gas. Even though in the morning when I just wake up now, I feel gas, like without eating, I'm just gassing. So I don't know solution to that.
So he always has gas?
Okay. The solution, first of all, look at the, like I said, it could actually be due to ulcer. So it is good for us to know if there's an underlying cause of this increased belching and gassing for you. Having said that, so you need to be further evaluated to see if there's an underlying ulcer. See your doctor, yes. See, they can refer you to a gastroenterologist.
If an ulcer becomes a bleeding ulcer, how dangerous is that? And a perforated ulcer, how dangerous are those? Because that sounds really like ominous to me.
It is actually. A perforated ulcer means that the ulcer, the lining of the stomach has perforated, and the content of the stomach that's supposed to be there is coming into the outside. You understand? And it could actually cause peritonitis. It could cause inflammation. It's actually an emergency. It's an emergency.
What is that?
Before you, I don't want to go that far because
it is bad. It is bad.
Yes. Because people are waiting for how do we now solve the problem. Talk about the issue. Now, because they drink this white thing, this milk thingy, thinking that it's so set to your stomach, but sometimes it doesn't work. And now they go and drink lots of milk or drink all sort of things. What is the first aid for an ulcer?
Okay. If you've been diagnosed to have an ulcer by your doctor, it is good for you to actually be treated. They will treat you, they'll place you on drugs to actually help either to eradicate the H. pylori if you have H. pylori. If it's another cause of ulcer, maybe you're taking NSAID, like I said, you're taking too much of ibuprofen, you're taking too much of alabuco and all that. They ask you to stop and give you drugs like antacid or anti-secretory agents to stop overproduction of acid and to help the ulcer to heal while you're there. The other thing is that if some people also take maybe steroids, they can cause ulcer and all that. And if it's like...
That's a bit shocking because I know somebody who maybe she's normal today, we're just laughing, we're gisting, and tomorrow she's like, oh, my pain, my tummy, and see, I want to be. I start giving her drugs. Oh, it's ulcer. Now it's because you don't eat. And I start saying, you didn't eat yesterday. What time did you eat? We didn't eat on time. And there are these issues of, okay, you didn't eat on time, and so it's like a continuous trigger. That's what we have in our mind. So we're constantly treating it. Is that the way to go, or can it just be fixed once and for all?
It can be fixed if you know what it's like. This person has not gone to the hospital. How do you say what do you call that thing? Pepsi. To check whether it is H. pylori that is causing it, or maybe the person is taking drugs that actually are damaging the stomach lining. So you go to the hospital, you get further evaluated. Your doctor will tell you, oh, you have H. pylori infection. Let's put you on drugs to stop it.
Gotcha.
And milk does not really help with ulcers.
What of that one in the bottle? We're not supposed to call brands.
The brands.
That is whitish.
It's whitish.
Yes, it could relieve.
Because I used to drink that one when I thought I had ulcer.
I want to drink a whole bottle. Like they keep
I think you should go to the hospital, see if it's actually an ulcer. And
I
let us look for other causes.
If Ayo is saying on Twitter that, please, I have been having sharp, unbearable pain in my stomach, always some minutes or hours after eating. It lasts for 5 minutes and then stops.
How old is the person?
He's an adult from the picture.
Like I said,
is he above 40?
It could be. It could be. However, if the person fits the criteria we call as alarm symptoms, what are the alarm things that will see that will be like, oh, let's scope you, let's do an endoscopy. Endoscopy is like a procedure where you put a pipe into somebody's through the mouth to see the esophagus, the stomach. It is important for you to do it so that we can look at the lining and see if there's any break in the mucosa or not. So if you have the alarm symptoms, how will you know if you have an alarm symptoms? If you're older than 40, at the first time you're having this kind of pain, you've not been having it maybe when you're 20 or you're 45, you're 40, now you're having abdominal pain that is unbearable, that is an alarm symptom. It means there could be something sinister, something very bad. It could be a cancer hiding. I'm not saying you have it, but it is better for you to see a doctor and let them do an endoscopy. Check. If you are anemic, you're pale, you're tired, if you're bleeding, if you're vomiting blood or you're stooling black stools.
One last question. How expensive is this procedure to, you know?
It's not that expensive.
It's affordable. It's affordable. Because I know you work at Lasso and Luz. Okay, all right. But we'll try, because honestly, I'll probably take this person there to know, because I mean I get upset every day on today is ulcer or tomorrow is stomach pain, you know, so we need to know for sure. But the good news is that it can be treated once and for all. It's not something that just triggers every day and you're constantly using medication.
Though some people will still have recurrence, so people have both. If you eradicate it well, properly, to take your drugs, you eradicate, there's possibility of at least a fantastic.
That's good news. Good news. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you so much.
So good to have you.
Thank you
very much.
All right.
Thank you.
I don't think I have also.
That's all we can
I thought I had about 10 years ago.
That's all we can take on the show today.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget to watch a repeat broadcast at 9 p.m. tonight. You can also watch previous episodes by going to YouTube/TV Entertainment and search for Your View. You can also check us on Google Plus and search for TVC Entertainment. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.